The first step in designing your future organization through outsourcing will be to take care of 3 points. The first one is to understand which options are available on the market. The second one will be to have a clear visibility of what is your current organization, what are your current costs. And the last point will be, of course, to know where you want to go and which organization, which HR organization you want to have in place in the future. Several options of outsourcing has been launching on the market, and it's very difficult to find a way and to understand those different options. There are also lots of terminology used on the market like ISP, AMO, processing, managed services, outsourcing services, full BPO, and in fact to understand that you have to think about which level of responsibility you want to transfer on your service provider. The second point will be to assess in which environment you want your service to be delivered. In a one-to-one environment, meaning that you will have dedicated resources, you will have dedicated application, and so in that case, the cost savings that you will get from your provider will come only through process optimization, so it means less cost savings. The other environment will be the one-to-many environment, and in that environment, the provider will serve you with other clients on a shared environment, shared application, and in that case, of course, the savings that you will get will be much efficient and much significant with a one-to-many model. When you have understood the option on the market, so you have to assess your current organization and your current situation. So you have to know your total cost of ownership and also the risk that you may have in your organization. Working with a lot of companies, I can tell you that it's very difficult to have the total cost of ownership, very difficult to have the visibility of the cost, and the reason of that is because, you know, the international companies, they went through a lot of reorganization, they went through merger and acquisition, they changed their policy, and when they want to assess the TCO, in fact, they are facing a variety, a diversity in their organization. Lots of payroll system, lots of payroll organization. Even sometimes in some countries you can have several payroll systems and several organizations, no harmonization at all. So in order to assess your TCO, you have to go through a very detailed list of questions in order to know what you have to take into account in the scope that you want to outsource afterwards. Meaning the number of FTE that you have in your organization, the pay frequency, for example, if you consider time management in scope or not, if you consider beyond payroll activities in the scope or not, like benefits, or maybe like you know, lodgement for Asia Pacific, these kind of things. So this is about the TCO. The other point when you are doing this exercise is to be careful and assess also the risk that you may have in your organization. This assessment is also very important. It's more, you know, quality assessment, but those arguments will be very helpful for you if you want to present your project to the board. Finally, you have to know where you want to go. And to know where you want to go, you can think about 3 main criteria. The first one will be the service levels. As we discussed before, you have several service levels, and depending on the service level you will choose, of course, the responsibility will be less or more transferred to your provider. This is the first things to have in mind. The second criteria will be the functionality. Do you want to outsource one process? Do you want to outsource payroll? Do you want to outsource also time management? Do you want to outsource HR? So this second topic is very important, is to know really what is the scope, and this point will be also a large impact on your retail organization. And the last point will be the contract footprint. Do you want to launch this service only for one region? Do you want to launch this service globally, worldwide? And after you can play with these 3 main criteria, doing a business case exercise, for example, to see what will be the best situation and where will you have the more cost savings for your organization. Finally, the last point will be in your organization, and you will have to be ready to adopt a model of transformation and operation, meaning that you will have to adopt some best practices, to adopt some standard processes, and to have a strong team in place in order to guide throughout the implementation, throughout the transformation of your HR, these main messages in order to avoid to go through any customization again. The other very important point that you have to have in mind, and it's something we often see, is that we spend quite a lot of time with the team of the client speaking about the contract. So it means speaking about service level agreements, speaking about functionalities, speaking about retail organization. And what we can see is that from time to time, all this knowledge, all this information is not transferred to the team who will be in charge of transforming the organization. So you have to be very careful about that, and SAM to have a strong governance, to have a good handover between the sales process, the negotiation process, and the transformation of your HR services.